I am live. We are live here from Acadian University in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. The final game of what has been just an awesome 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships. Stars of tomorrow out here today. As we're going to have our final game, it is Rugby Quebec facing off against the Atlantic Selects. The Atlantic Selects looking to bring home the win in their final game in front of friends and family here in Wolfville. We are all set to get underway. And to kick off will be the Atlantic Selects by way of their captain, Charlotte Hilton. And we're just going to wait for our woman in the middle today. It is Annie Kennedy going to get us going here. Alumni of the Acadia University Axe Women Rugby Program standout here, returning to her old stomping grounds to officiate. And we are ready to get underway. Here is the kick from Hilton. Nice, holds up well and taken nicely by Quebec. That was number 5 there, Alicia Lecomte. Not a great first pass there for Quebec, but able to take it off the bounce, and they move over to that right side of the pitch. They get the offload off, looking to move it to the wing. There's a nice break there. And Quebec trying to move it there. Big shot ran into contact by Lydia Galeazzo. Nice tackle there. Cleared out by Sierra Hassett, the Carleton commit and under 20 Canadian international. Good line speed there from the Atlantic Selects. We'll back up Quebec a little bit. They keep working to that right side. It's a little chip over the top. Not really able to get anything out of that, and it's going to be a line out for the Atlantic Selects. And it was both of these teams in action yesterday. Quebec drew against British Columbia after a last-second try from their captain, Sierra Hassett, who punched it over, equaling the score, and the Atlantic Selects getting the victory over the Alberta Wolfpack. And running it up there is that's Maddie Gillis. Charlotte Hilton taps and goes off the penalty, but not from the mark. So we'll reset, and it has been the strategy in this tournament for the Atlantic Selects. They tap and go, not really interested in the set piece, and just look to keep ball in hand. Big charging run there from the Concordia Stinger. That's Penelope Anderson. Lost by the Selects, but it goes backwards, and they're able to hold on. And they'll look to move it right. Hilton goes across, but once again shooting it up. I believe that was Gillis once again. What does Hilton want to do here? Takes a step, tries to break through. She's wrapped up. Needs some support. Can't get hands on the ball, the Quebecers. Oh, no turnover. Just running it straight there was Sophia Atkins. Nice offload there. It was Anderson getting it off to Bentz. And Quebec player penalized for leaving their feet. They'll run it up. Charlotte Hilton looks to step around. A tackle. She's brought down. Now the Select's going to come the other way now. And Selects Gonna keep going. And we'll come back for the high tackle. And some confusion there. But we are going to come back here for the high tackle. It was Hassett. Charlotte Hilton taps and goes, gives it to the UKC Blue Devil. That's Callie Jones. Sturgeon ahead. Charlotte Hilton gets a couple steps. She's brought down, and they will look to reset. There's the offload. They're able to connect. Some sideways running. Need to straighten up. That's done by Sahara McLean from Mount Herbert PEI, the UPEI Panther. A pick and go from the scrum half. Hannah McGregor takes it herself. Needing support from her pack. It looks like we'll get the pick and go towards the sticks. And they're surging ahead. Strong defense here by Quebec, but they've really got sucked in. They'll have to go wide. Hilton gets it to Gallagher. And Rowan Gallagher gets it down. The two Halifax Tars connecting on that one for the first score of the game by way of Rowan Gallagher, the co-captain who led Citadel High School to a championship this season. And Gallagher, I believe, is UPEI commit. So it is 5-0 for the Atlantic Selects, and a really good job there by them, just sticking to the plan, doing a good job, getting a couple picks, really sucked in all the defenders, and then there was just tons of space out wide for them to punch that one in. Really nice clinical try there from the Selects as they jump out to the 5-0 lead. Kick to come here from Hilton. The captain and a Commonwealth Youth Games silver medalist. And just pulls that one to the left of the sticks. It looks like we're going to have a kick coming to the left-hand side here for the Rugby Quebec girls. And it is the lock. That's Erica Osei from Montreal, the Beaconsfield RFC product, kicking it off. Don't typically see the tight five kicking, but always awesome to see when you do, and proven that doesn't matter what the number on your back is. If you can kick the ball, you should be the one stepping up. And just some nice pick and goes here from the Selects, getting some good meters. Brought down there was Penelope Anderson. They keep going. Lydia Jones now. They can't bring her down. Finally, they do. And no need for anything more than this. They're just making meters on every single carry. The support is there. They'll move it to the backs now. Little pull pass to Charlotte Hilton. Hilton breaks a tackle, but she's brought down now by Osei. And the offload attempt wasn't there for Day. And it's knocked on by the Selects, so we are going to get a scrum here for Rugby Quebec. And so Quebec deep in their own territory, but this one looking like it is outside the 22. So won't just be able to put this one out into touch, but we'll see what is coming here. Good drive off the scrum there for Quebec, gives them great platform to work on. Nice take there. A nice run up the middle there. She has the support. Numbers out left. The ball's got to move. Here's Hassa. The captain for Quebec, rumbling down the field. Breaking tackles. Can Hassa make it all the way? Tacklers finally bring her down, but not after flipping the field. And Quebec with momentum now. And running up now was Mounier from Rougemont, Quebec. And a little bit slippery through the hands, but they retain possession. They're calling fire. They want it outright, but not a good pass off the deck. Nice sidestep there by Hay from Dawson College. Oh, thundering tackle there by the flanker. Sam Reed from Pictou County. Yeah, showing she's from Pictou County, throwing hits like that. And actually quite interesting, we have both Atlantic teams starting number 7s from Pictou County. It was Keegan Dalton for the Atlantic Rock. And yeah, perhaps unsurprising with the physical brand of rugby that Pictou is so well known for. And yeah, good defense there by the Selects. They got caught by just a great run by Hassa. But after some great phases defensively for the Selects, they win the turnover and are just going to run it straight. So Lydia Jones now gets the offload. Needs support. And they'll pick once again. She's got to stay on her feet for a second here. Doesn't quite have the support, but it gets there now. Got to move it out. Nice tip pass there. And they'll keep flowing it to that left-hand side. Gallagher collects. We'll keep it in. And just going to run it straight up that short side. Now Hilton looks to go wide, finds Gillis. But Gillis driven back, and pretty impressive opening minutes here for Erica Osei. Leading the charge for Quebec. Lydia Jones taking it into contact. Takes a couple to bring her down. Charlotte Hilton searches through. And they'll move it out now. Now Gillis storms ahead. The offload doesn't connect, but nice take off the deck. That was the number 5 lock, Megan Bentz. Gallagher working in some tight space, drives ahead. And that's, yeah, I think an advantage there. As the Selects retain possession, Charlotte Hilton, nice little job to look off the pass. And they'll keep it moving. Here's the box kick in behind. And nicely collected there. That's the scrum half for Quebec, Nika Goudreau. And a pick and go. You hear the calls for gauche, 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 looking to go up that left side. And continuing to pick and go up that gauche side. But it's lost now. The Selects have it. Advantage on the knock-on. Turning it upfield now is Anderson. Looks for the offload, decides to keep it. But we're gonna come back. No advantage coming. Nice job there by Goudreau to which would have been a steal, but no advantage coming. So we'll come back for the knock-on. It's gonna be scrum for the Selects. And interesting setup here for the Selects backs. We've got a couple on the right side in a tight space, so we might see an 8 pick, 8, 9, 15, 14, or maybe they're just trying to drag a couple defenders over. It's going to go 9 straight to 15, and now to, it's not in the 14 jersey, but it's playing on that right wing. It's, yeah, it is number 11, Allison LeBlanc, the St. John Trojan. who applies for a trade up the road at St. Francis Xavier University, a very storied university team there with some national championships to their name. Can't connect on that one. Hilton now looks to recover. Is able to hold herself on her feet for a couple minutes, lets her ruckers get there. They'll have to move it out left now. They do. Sam Reed smashing that one up. And now they rewind. Gillis ahead, picks up some valuable meters. They have those numbers right, but they're going to look to go back left. Kate Childs now the co-captain in this one. Another St. Francis Xavier ex-woman. And the selects rolling. Going to look to go out wide. There's the offload. Gallagher can't collect that, and it doesn't get the greatest of balls, so that will be a knock-on, but we're going to take a moment here for the water break. And we are just about set to get back underway here following the first water break of the game. Yeah, you'd have to say that the Atlantic Selects are looking like the better team here through the opening 15. You know, outside of that big long carry for the U20 Canadian International Sierra Hassa, which brought Quebec in deep. We really haven't seen too much of Quebec inside the Selects half. And yeah, they'll have a scrum now inside their own half, and looks like they'll probably try and play this one out as they did last time when they were in this position. And you can hear that Quebec sideline yelling, "Allez, allez, allez." They're cheering on their pack here as they have the scrum, and they get a real good drive to pick up a couple meters. Awesome platform to work off of and give some space for their backs. And they'll work it left. Some sideways running here, but a nice bump off there. Nice out the back. And it was Lebrit brought down there. And Quebec getting some good work through the hands here as they move it towards that right sideline. And making some meters there are Quebec, a little bit too high on the tackle height there. Hassa breaks tackle, gets the offload. Selects looking for the steal. They don't get it. And Quebec now looks to kick it out. It's blocked. And right there on the try line, can they dot it down? Yes, they can. A second try for the Atlantic Selects. It is the Mount Herbert PEI native, Sahara McLean, who gets the block. Didn't quite catch who dotted that one down, but we should. It's number 5, Meg Bentz. And the two locks for the Atlantic Selects going to link up on that one. And it's one thing I've seen this weekend with Rugby Quebec when they're looking to exit is they don't do it right away. They'll play a lot of phases, and not until they're really backed up do they choose to get it out of there. And at that point, the Selects line speed is already up so high. They don't really have the blockers. If you're going to try and kick yourself out of your 22, you got to do it, within those first few phases, barring, obviously there's always circumstances, but generally you want it to be relatively quick. You don't want to allow the other team to get set. Now, of course, if you see some open green space and behind, that's different, but yeah, certainly not what they would have been looking for there. It is Charlotte Hilton who puts over the extra 2, so it will be 12-0 here for the Atlantic Selects here in our final game of the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships here from Wolfville, Nova Scotia. And getting us back underway there. And it's Gillis runs ahead. Picking up some good meters. They'll pick and go now. And not rolling away is the call. The Selects tap and go. It's the try, or it's Kate Childs running ahead with that one. It's Jones now rolls ahead. And no release there. Good jackal attempt there by Quebec, and they win that ball right back. Quebec taps that one and will run ahead, and a big contact there. Selects looking for the steal. Doesn't look like they'll get that. And now Quebec working it up that short side. Nice tackle there by Childs.
Get the wall, let's go! Let's go! Get it again, build the wall! Come on, Callie, see this great, Callie! Come on, Callie! You gotta work, lady!
Oh, some great vision there. Chip and chase puts the pressure on, but nicely collected by Brooklyn McCormick, the local product who plies her trade right here at Acadia University, feeling right at home there. A nice bump off there by the woman with the big block on that previous try. That was Sahara McLean.
Work it up! Work it up! Yes,
Maddie Gillis continuing to show her quality, gaining meters for the Selects. Hilton now will run things. She gets it off to her 8, Anderson. Nice jackal attempt there, but good counter up there. Gets off, and Abby Rice with it now. Collects and resets things for the Selects. Charlotte Hilton looked out wide, but that one was knocked on. So advantage for Quebec now, and what do they want to do here? And, knock-on of their own, so we'll come back for the first knock-on. So scrum time for Quebec here inside their own half. And Charlotte Hilton calling to watch for the 8 pick, telling her flankers to keep their heads up. But they will just play it through the hands. Not the great pass off the deck, but well collected by the French 10. That is Mathilde Lepage-Tremblay de Notre Dame Rugby. And that one will be knocked on by Quebec. So scrum time on the opposite side of the field for the selects here. And that scrum, I think just about as close to the sideline as you can get. Not the greatest view for me on that side of the field, but pretty far over and a lot of room for Charlotte Hilton and her backline to work with here. Let's see what they can pull out. But they will lose it. It's a scrum penalty for Quebec, a big one for them, as they find themselves down by a couple of scores and get a big penalty there. Looks like they will go to touch here. And that one doesn't get out. It's Gallagher now to return field. She gets the offload, but that one can't be collected, so it will be a knock-on and a scrum here for Quebec. So let's see what Quebec can do here, having just won a scrum penalty. We'll be looking for more of the same right here. And another good scrum here for Quebec. They will move it wide. Labrie trying to step her way through the selects defense. She'll get some support. They look to hold her up, but she does get to ground. It's a good counter ruck. A nice try there from the 12. That's Sophie LeBlanc. And a big hit there by selects. Nice chop tackle there. Good low body position, bringing her opponent down. And looks like that one is taken into touch. Yeah, and we will have a line out signal. It's per Laura Flider, who alongside Annie Kennedy, also a former standout here at Acadia for the Axe women rugby team. Nice job there, shooting up into the air. That was Sam Reed. She'll take it. Unfortunately, they can't collect it there afterwards, but really nice job in the line out there by the selects pack. So scrum time again for Quebec. Have looked pretty good on the last couple. Another good scrum for Quebec. They'll move it out the back. Labrie calling for it. Doesn't quite get it. Does go backwards. That was too bad. Labrie coming on with a heap of pace. And Quebec works it to that right side. Select's defense has looked really great today. The line speed has been there. Lots of attempts for the Jackal, putting the pressure on, and Quebec really hasn't been able to get across half field too much. Looking to do so right here, and they do. They have some numbers left, and they will move it. But there's that line speed I mentioned once again. And yeah, it was looking like it could have gone to Haas. It does now. Haas needs some support. Nice sidestep. She's brought down. Not rolling away on the select, so penalty here for Quebec. And yeah, it looks like it'll be a tap and go. Or it'll be probably a little tap and then quick little pop pass to the support runner. It's Osei from Beaconsfield Rugby Football Club taking that one up. Oh, and pretty high contact area, and yep, Annie Kennedy will signal the advantage there. A nice take there. Kept going by the number 20. That's Ocean Gauthier. But we're going to come back for the high tackle. Yeah, and we're pretty close to the sidelines here, so you'd have to imagine a kick for touch might be on. Yeah, and no fuss there, just making sure they get that one out. And we are approaching halftime here. Score is 12-0 for the Atlantic Selects over Rugby Quebec, and this the final game of the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships. And it was the Ontario Blues earlier in the day who wrapped up the championship, but the Atlantic Selects on course here to take second place at their home tournament. Not straight throw is called, and enough is enough there. Annie Kennedy will blow that one dead. And it is halftime here from Wolfville, Nova Scotia. We'll step aside for just a sec, but stay with us for what will prove to be an exhilarating final half of action here at the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships. we're back for the second half of action in the last of our games at the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships. The Atlantic Selects lead Rugby Quebec 12-0 here. And it was a relatively dominant first half here for the Selects. Quebec was having a bit of a difficult time getting things going. The Select strategy to just tap and go off all their penalties has really grown on me over the past couple of days. We've seen a lot of issues and handling errors at that set piece going both ways, as the new balls here are relatively slippery. And yeah, the Selects have done a good job keeping the ball in hand. One thing I'm really looking for is for Rugby Quebec to do what they need to do to unleash their captain, Sierra Hassa, a little bit more. Very quality player, but hasn't really gotten too much going today, other than one big run. But she does make a nice tackle. Nice pick and go there, breaking a tackle and getting deep into opposition half. That was Sahara McLean, who's having a pretty good game so far today. But that one's turned over at the breakdown, and they will move it to Hassa. They're looking to go wide. Some space being identified out there. And Quebec, they have some numbers on this right-hand side, including Hassa. Let's see what they can do here. The tip pass met well there. It was the 21 for the Selects, Shona Galloway. Another Halifax star with a big tackle there. And the roll not coming quick enough there from Sam Reed, so they do have the advantage, and they will get it. And Sam Reed was rolling, but Annie Kennedy determining doesn't do good enough of a job. They're getting out, so we will have a penalty for Quebec. And they've been kicking thus far, but I think they're might going to go for the tap and go here, which I think is a good idea. And they will. It's the number 4, Osei, who runs ahead. Some good support. An advantage, I believe, for not rolling away. And a bit of a tough one there, but yeah, Kennedy setting the standard. A nice tackle there. It was Charlotte Hilton getting up, but we will come back for that advantage. And let's listen in with Annie Kennedy here.
There and another one over there. Okay, they're trying to play quick ball and you're stopping that. So let's clean that up. Next one's going to the bin. Okay, take 2 seconds to catch. Okay.
All right, so to break down the conversation there, Kennedy saying to Charlotte Hilton that Quebec looking to play quick. There was a couple times there where the roll just did not come quick enough, which prevented Quebec from playing as quickly as they would have liked, and has given them their formal warning. That's another problem there. We'll see the yellow card come out, and yeah, that'll be welcome news for Rugby Quebec. Find themselves down. And yeah, if I'm them, I'm going to keep looking to run that quick ball. And yeah, try and draw a penalty there. We are going to have Molly Dixon check into this one.
Okay, I'll let you guys get set. It's a back 10. Back 10. Okay, I'll let you get set and then I'll go time on. Okay, water off, please.
And I would imagine that Quebec's going to go with the tap and go once again, as it's been working. They'll go to that right side and charging it up. And some more good line speed from the Selects. Nice tackle there by Adrian Plattis. And working numbers. Sierra Hassa over there, and her work rate has been pretty good here today. And they find Hassa. Can she break a couple tackles? No, really loading up the tackles on her when it comes over. And yeah, that's what you got to do. And Quebec just having another handling error there, and real credit to the line speed of the selects that when those handling errors come, they are pushing Quebec back quite a bit, and it's really the reason Quebec hasn't had much time in the selects half. Nice take there. It was the number 20 for Quebec, Ocean Gauthier. A pick and go. Nice job there. They'll go once again, not very low on the pick and go. You got to keep that body height low to the ground, as usually it's whoever's lower will win out on a pick and go right near the scrum. And tough one there for Quebec. And yeah, the handling error is really causing a lot of problems for them. We have a couple substitutions here for the selects. Number 17, Jesse Penny coming into this one, alongside number 23, Ellie Uden. We have a split backfield here for the selects. And let's see what they do. Charlotte Hilton positioned behind that scrum, and she could really go either way here. But I do see some more space out wide on this left-hand side. And Hilton will opt to go that way. Hilton looks for support, tries to split the gap. She does just that. Gets tackled from behind. And it's Reed now charging ahead. Now Sahara McLean takes it forward. That one's turned by Montreal in the contact. Or sorry, turned by Quebec. And unfortunate there for Quebec as they knocked that one on. And yeah, tough one for them. And yeah, you'd really have to suggest that the big issue for them is these handling errors. If they'd be able to clean that up, it would probably make a pretty big difference. But yeah, struggling here today. We are going to see a substitution on the Quebec side of the ball. It's going to be number 17 coming into the game. That's Léa Fortin de la Grave. And Charlotte Hilton once again positioned right behind that scrum. And I would suggest it might be a good idea to come back to this left-hand side. There's quite a bit of room. They get a good drive at the scrum, but no, Hilton opts to go to the right side now, and they'll try to work it up there. Oh, they can't stop her charging towards the line. What a pick run there. That was number 17, Jessie Penny. And I believe a no release there against the select. So Quebec gets a steal there at an important time. And they'll get a few meters on that, putting it into touch. And another substitution here on the Quebec side of the ball. Coming into the game is Jessica Paquette-Kelly.
Make sure you're back.
And Quebec gonna look to move that. Well, they were looking to move that side to side, but just running it up there was LeBlanc. And that one was Océan Gauthier. Ran up there, strong run by Fortin de la Grave. And Quebec picking up some good meters now. Let's see if they can keep ball in hand and work their way down the field. They work all the way over to their right-hand side sideline. Hassa smashed back in the tackle. And the roll not coming quick enough. The warning has come, and it will be a yellow card against the Atlantic Selects. And it is going to be Stella Feeney, who is the unfortunate one to take that, but once again, not a yellow card necessarily solely on her, but once we had that warning, knew that they had to get out and the tolerance was not going to be there. And so welcome news here for Quebec. They find themselves down 12-0, but they have the advantage here. Let's see if they can make it count with the one-player advantage for the next 5. A real nice line-out move there from Quebec, and they retain possession. But the line speed from the Selects, meaning that they can't move that ball out, but do a good job securing. They're going to get some pick and goes as their 9 has been sucked in under that ruck. They'll need a couple more. Nice job there, and it was the Fortin de la Grave who came and gave that extra shove and made that a positive carry. And now they will move it to the backs. With Hassa. Hassa makes a break. Breaking tacklers across half field now. And the players here on this right-hand side for Quebec calling for the ball. They've got some space, but really challenging there for Goudreau to get that one out. And can't work it through the hands, but they have another opportunity here. They should really flow this one, and they will. Nice little offload there. It's Osei running ahead, taking a few to bring her down. They finally do. Numbers on this right-hand side. Big tackle by Gallagher on the much, much bigger Fortin de la Grave. And they work it all the way across, but a really nice cover tackle there by way of Shona Galloway. We're going to have time off. We are going to have a substitution here for Quebec coming in, Marie Tourneau. And we are going to take our second water break of the day here. As a little bit shaken up on that cover tackle was the Halifax star Shona Galloway, but real good to see her pop back up to her feet and get back in there. It will be a line out here for the Selects. And they will likely look to clear their lines. Really nice contest in the air and stolen by Quebec, but no, that's going to be a penalty. Hilton looks to go quick, but not anywhere near that mark. And game plan is going to be stuck with by the Selects with the tap and goes, and they will play this one out. Now we'll go to the left-hand side. Oh, it was a little flick out the back, but that one is knocked on. So it will be a scrum for Quebec. a little conversation there between the 8 and 9, Ase and Goudreau. Maybe we'll look for a pick coming around the right side of the scrum. And Quebec collapses that scrum, and the Selects will get the penalty right back. Tough one for them. Pick and go. Oh, storming through the tackle and pushing back Hassa. That was Penny running with a ton of power here today. That pass doesn't connect. Hilton looks for something to do. Breaks a tackle. Hilton looks to break another. She's brought out, but just manages to stay in. Can't get the steal there. Penny plays scrum half, but unfortunately the handling error, and no, it will be the water break now as opposed to suggested it happened earlier. So just about 15 minutes remaining in this one. And I think the forecast indicating that we might have some thunder and lightning on the way, as we're going to keep this short and sweet on the water break. It is 12-0 for the Atlantic Selects. It looks like we will have Feeney returning to the field shortly. Yeah, not too long of a water break. We are going to get right back underway so we can hopefully close out our last game of the day without any delays. We had a pretty lengthy one there yesterday. So it will be a scrum to Quebec following the knock-on by the Selects. And 12-0 with 15 minutes remaining. The Selects looking to take home second place in the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships. Another big battle here in the scrum. Got some movement on that, but stays stable and will play out. It's kicked down the field in some open space. There's Rowan Gallagher, who's dropped back to fullback. Nice step, and gets it off to the winger there. That's Allison LeBlanc from the St. John Trojans. A big difference there between St. John and St. John's. Charlotte Hilton moves it out, but not what they were looking for, so that will be a knock-on. The Selects have done pretty good so far, managing that yellow card. You haven't really been able to notice. And Quebec really, unfortunately for them, hasn't been able to get too much going with the one-player advantage. And that little delay is going to result in Stella Feeney getting to come back here, and she's going to insert herself here at the back of the scrum, packing down at 8. And that'll be a welcome shove for the Type 5 for the Selects. Yeah, and looked like the infraction there was on the Selects, so we will play on. And Quebec looking to work up that left side. Smashing that one up there is Fortin de la Grave. Quebec, some nice movement through the hands. They'll now go to this right-hand side. Quebec will bring it back the other way now. There's the tip pass. But the Selects not giving Quebec any room to breathe. This has been a great defensive performance by them. and really haven't allowed the Quebec offense to make any meters on the Select side of half. Selects look for the steal there, don't get it. And they'll move it out wide now. Nice little tip pass there. Charlotte Hilton with the tackle. Oh, and tough one there as that I believe was number 18, Braylon Morant, who just unable to support her weight. Hands come to the ground. They'll tap and go. Move to that left-hand side. Nice chop tackle there. And showing some really good height there. And not quite as good on this phase as Quebec surges ahead. They'll look right. They have some numbers. What can they do here? Charlotte Hilton with the tackle. That's going to be an offside, but no card as Hilton was looking to get out of there, but it does impede on Quebec progress. And it looks like they're pointing towards the sidelines. We'll look to get some territory. Not a bad kick there. Gets it out. And here is the lineup from Quebec. But they can't haul that one in, and turned over. And with a heap of pace, that's Shona Galloway bringing the Selects out of the danger zone. And not rolling away. Tap and go there from the 9. That is McGregor. Gets it to her 10. Hilton. But a really good job there by Quebec. It's Osei jumping in there and getting the steal. And looks like we're going to go towards the corner once again. And the kick there from the fly half, Lepage Tremblay. Takes it out. We'll have another line out. And we did hear the Quebec coaches saying, let's try it again. So perhaps they're going to take another look at that line out move that didn't quite work out there just a few moments ago. And once again, that doesn't quite work out. And not waiting for anyone is Shona Galloway. Not great ball there for the Selects, but they managed to get it out. And another big tackle, or a big hit there by Penny. And now it's Moronster and to smash that forward. Hilton going to move it wide to her 12. There's a line break smashing through. Sophia Aikens gets the offload but intercepted by Quebec. Hasse takes it forward, picks up a couple. And Quebec clears their lines now. And a little bit too much to handle for Alison LeBlanc, but she will recover. Gets a step. How far can she go? Cuts back in field now. Gets the offload. That's Hilton. Hilton breaks a couple tackles. Hilton surging ahead. And the Selects will look to move it left now. Smashing it up there, Sam Reed of Pictou County. once again, it is Penny. That one goes out, but they recover, and they have numbers. Hilton to Gallagher. Gallagher looks to get the offload off. Can't do it, but she'll look to go to ground here. Yes, she will. And Quebec's defender's really been sucked in. If you're the Selects, might want to look to your right, but they'll take the pick to the left. Penny gets it down. Try time for the Atlantic Selects. They extend their lead here, and they make it 17-0. Kick to come, and not too much time left in this one. Just about 8 minutes remaining. And the Atlantic Selects looking pretty good here. They add another score, and defense, which is only had a couple of moments where they haven't looked perfect so far today. Has been really good defensive play by the Atlantic Selects, and that's the reason why we're ahead.
I'm an idiot. Just blow it. Blow the game, Nathan? Yeah.
And Charlotte Hilton, nice strike there. Just can't pull it left, and that actually will be the end of our game. We are going to call this one a few minutes early, as there is some lightning. We have a system coming in over Acadia, and we just want to ensure player welfare. So that will be the game. Final score will be 17-0 for the Atlantic Selects, who, just like the Atlantic Rock, finished the tournament off with a big win. We got the unofficial victory song of Nova Scotia playing, Heave Away. And yeah, big win here for the Atlantic Selects. And capping off a big tournament for them. Unable to bring home the championship. It was dominant performance throughout the week by Rugby Ontario. And but nonetheless, a really great showing for them. I believe they will finish second in the table. And a great showing in front of their friends and family. A really special moment here for all of the Atlantic Selects players. Many of them ply their trade in Nova Scotia at here right at Acadia. For example, we have Brooklyn McCormick. We've got a few CNFX ex-women like Kate Childs, and a really special moment for all of these Atlantic players here getting to play on home turf in the Canadian Rugby Championships. And we'll have to see what the plan is here. Might try and get a couple interviews in, but we also want to make sure we get everyone off the field just before any risk of lightning. So we will stick with us, and we will have an update on that momentarily. so I'll do a quick wrap up. All right, so just a quick update. We do have that system coming in, so we're unfortunately not going to be able to. Our player of the match interviews, as I think I hear some thunder. We're going to try and wrap this up, but yeah, I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone here, players, coaches, parents, fans, all of the support staff, organizers, the team here at Maritime Athletic Productions, and I'm sure the many others who I'm forgetting who have put a lot of effort into this tournament. It's been fantastic. The standard of play has been super high. The standard of officiating was super high. Really great job from our team here at Maritime Athletic Productions, who put in a lot of hard work over the last week or so to bring you all this content. And yeah, you know, the future is bright for Canadian rugby. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us here for the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships. Once again, I'd like to say a big congratulations to the Ontario Blues men's and women for bringing home the championship, and a big and a big thank you to the Atlantic Selects and Atlantic Rock for hosting a wonderful tournament. I'm going to step away and we'll have our final player of the match presentations. But yeah, finally, thank you to all of you for tuning in for our coverage of the 2024 Canadian Rugby Championships here live from Wolfville, Nova Scotia, and the campus of Acadia University.